What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Binding of Isaac. It's another Sunday, so it's another run of The Binding of Isaac. Now, this is run number 4 that I've actually documented on the channel. Again, I play this game all the time, so there's a bunch of runs you guys don't get to see, and that's just too bad. Alright, new run. Who am I? Isaac. Let's do this. Hopefully we'll get a good run of items. We have the Curse of Darkness, which is great for YouTube videos because it makes everything so fucking dark. But boom! So I've had a mixed reception, I think, on this series with the runs of this game. And honestly, if I'm going to be straight up, I hope you guys enjoy it. I really do, and I try to talk about the game so maybe those that are mildly interested in it will get some information and can either play the game a little better if they decide to go get it, or you know, have a few pointers if they, or even just explaining it so they know what's going on if they never intend on playing the game but they watch. You know, maybe they want to know why I'm doing certain things the way I'm doing them, or whatever it may be. But ultimately, I don't care. This game is one of my favorites, so I'm just gonna play it. It's a lot of fun, you know. Like, some people may have mild interest in this because just a couple of days ago, the Nintendo Switch was released. The Nintendo Switch was released a couple of days ago, which is like the portable, handheld, but not really portable kind of TV living room experience that Nintendo's trying to do. And I am also having a fucking horrendously awful run right so far. I've done nothing but take damage. If you bought a Nintendo Switch, or you're planning on buying a Nintendo Switch, this is going to be one of the games that you can actually play for it. Believe it or not. The wholesome company Nintendo is playing a game, or is allowing you to play a game that's based off of demons and nightmares and abortions and God and etc., etc. Which I thought was unique. When I first heard that The Binding of Isaac was going to be on the Nintendo Switch, I was like, are you serious, Nintendo? That doesn't really seem like your MO. Where's Mario? Where's Zelda? Where's the Smash Brothers? Black Tooth. Oh, cool. So the Black Tooth, every once in a while, I will randomly, instead of shoot a tear, I will shoot a tooth. This obviously has something to do with health. Reusable heart, yeah, red heart regeneration. So that's probably going to keep me alive for a little while, as long as I can keep that thing powered. Anyway, back to my Nintendo thing. This is coming out for the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if it's coming out at launch. I didn't look into it enough to find out if that was the case. Oh, look at all that money. Nice. So yeah, I didn't actually find out if it's one of the launch titles or not. If it's not, then, and it's coming out later, and you're buying a Nintendo Switch, or maybe you're one of those early adopters and you waited in line and you bought a Nintendo Switch, I would say get this game, because even though the graphics might not be the greatest, which might be a good thing if you bought a Nintendo Switch, because that battery life, though, I know that if you play something that's even got remotely good graphics, it's gonna be a fucking tough time to keep that battery life going and enjoying your games. So this one would probably run with fairly decent battery life, I would guess, because I think that's how it runs. I don't really know. I was never really much of a Nintendo fanboy or whatnot. There are some games that I like, some that I could give it a second glance. But if you did buy it, and I'm taking a million years, 700,000 days to make this fucking point. But buy this game. If you bought a Nintendo Switch, buy this game, because at the very least, the replay value of this game is very, very good. So I want to actually grab these hearts in the right order. So red heart to refill me, evil heart there, and a soul heart there. Because when you lose the black heart, it does mass damage to the room, and all the enemies usually die. So you don't want that to be the first one that you lose, because it just feels wasted. So I'm going to try to lose those in the right order, but I'm actually going to try to not lose them at all, although I'm already taking damage because evidently I suck at this game. Anyway, if you are back and you're watching this run number 4, thank you so much for coming back. I know that the Binding of Isaac videos haven't been getting as many views as the Skyrim playthrough that I started a little while back. If you're enjoying the Skyrim playthroughs, then thank you so much for watching both. Both Skyrim and the Binding of Isaac. This is kind of what the channel has been for the last little bit. I don't really know if that's what's going to stay like. I guess with the Skyrim playthrough, I put a rule in place for myself that I was going to actually end the series when the character Walter died. And so far, no death. So that's good. I'm actually going to double back here because I'm going to try to find the item room, and that was probably a good move because I found the item room. As I said on a previous run, I enjoy finding the item room as soon as possible. That way you have the item for the entire floor that you're on. It's always a pain in the ass to go through an entire floor and find the item room like last, because you're like, oh, I could have had this. We had this one before, guys. The Peeper. You remember this guy? Bounces around the room. Did we get him in the last one? With soy milk? I can't remember. I played this game so much, all the runs kind of blend together. But yeah, I think the Nintendo Switch has some potential to do pretty well if the game library picks up, because the game library at launch, I mean, it sucks like the fattest dick imaginable. There's just nothing available for it. There's a Zelda game that everybody's got their fucking rock hard boners for. Kind of like this tooth thing. So if I keep the rusty key, I think that means I'm just going to get more key drops. Like they're going to drop more often. But the black tooth, kind of like that. I guess that's it. There's not really anything else on this floor. I don't have any bombs to look for the secret room. So I guess we're just right off to the boss right away. Monstro and a couple of his cronies. Yeah, so the launch titles for the Switch, they suck a dick. They really do. They're not very good. Obviously, Zelda, everybody's gonna say that it's the best thing ever, and it probably will be a great game. But if a console comes out and you have one great game, you know, unless you're into that game or you're prepared to play nothing but that game for a while, you're gonna actually have a shitty time with your brand new console. And they kind of rounded out the launch titles with this thing by releasing a bunch of other games, like Skyrim, which is hilarious. Game that's like over 5 years old. It's brand new on the Nintendo Switch. Okay, sacrifice room. I wish I had a better understanding of what these ones do, because I can't just pick these items up. If I pick one up, it's going to actually destroy one of my heart containers. Now, I did just get a heart container. I don't know if I want to take that risk. So I'm just going to move on. Just move on to the next floor. But listen, I don't want to sound like I'm hating, because I'm definitely not hating. If you want to buy the Nintendo Switch and you're happy with those games, then good for you. Congratulations. I'm sure the console will do well, and like most other Nintendo consoles, I'm sure it will grow into its library of games quickly. Or maybe not quickly, but I'm sure it will get a lot of games, especially first-party games. I stand by the fact that, again, like I said before, I'm not a huge Nintendo fan. I never really have been. But they have some of the strongest first-party games. Mario, Zelda, fucking Pokemon, fucking Donkey Kong, Star Fox. What else do they have? Ooh, gold key. Love the gold key. I'm trying to think of like other first-party games that Nintendo has that are like amazing. I don't know why I'm blanking on this. Smash Brothers, I guess. I don't know, but they have a lot of really good first-party titles, which is good. A strong group of Mario right then and there. I mean, Mario has like 17 Mario games every year that come out for all of Nintendo's various consoles. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if you get a Switch and you waited in line, that's awesome. You know, good for you. I hope it's everything you wanted it to be, and I hope that, you know, you enjoy it and play the shit out of it, and I hope the battery life is good on that thing, and etc., etc. I'm sure I'll play one at some point. I will say, though, again, trying not to sound like a hater, but those controllers don't look very comfortable. Those ones that like clip into the side and can like clip into each other, or be like standalone controllers. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. They don't look ergonomically comfortable. It's like if I have an office chair, if I have a desk in my office, I want to have an office chair. I want to have something that's going to prop me up. It's got armrests or whatever, and it's, you know, meant for that type of sitting and that type of job, the kind of thing that you would do at a desk, not like a fucking beanbag chair, because that's not optimal for fuck. These guys actually might completely fuck me up. They keep coming back to life. And like, I can't hurt them fast enough. I can actually kill them. Fuck. There we go. There we go. That was somewhat frightening. But yeah, if I want like a controller, and I mean controllers, let's be honest, if you've been a gamer your whole life and you're in your 20-somethings or you're even a late teenager or whatever, you've probably held a number of different controllers in your hands. And for a while, they were trying to figure out like what the optimal kind of thing for controllers would be. You know, like you had the NES with like their rectangle square thing that was like the worst thing to hold ever. Ooh. Okay, so I didn't know what this item was until the other day. The clicker will actually change Isaac to a different character. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't even know what character this is. So we're a different character now. I don't know what that changes about us. Last time was actually pretty beneficial to me because it changed me into Azazel, or Azazel, or Azrael, or I don't think it's Azrael, but whatever his name is, he's got like a beam attack instead of tears, so that was pretty helpful. I can't remember what I was even talking about just a moment ago with all the fucking Nintendo shit. The controllers. So you had like the NES controller back in the day that was like a rectangle, super uncomfortable. Then they kind of got a little bit nicer with the Super Nintendo where it was a little bit more rounded. You had a few more buttons on there, and you had the trigger buttons on the top. Sega Genesis was pretty good with its like kind of boomerang shaped a little bit. And then everything was, again, trying to explore and figure out what people wanted with controllers. With one of them for sure was the N64 with like its 3 handles or whatever. Not great. But you know, it worked. for a lot of the games that came out for that console. It did work. I don't know, I enjoyed the N64 controllers. Definitely they didn't make a whole lot of sense, but I used them. I used them a lot. And then, you know, everything kind of got a little bit more streamlined. Nowadays, when a new console comes out, or, you know, they release a new controller for something, like Xbox One S or whatever they're calling it, and the PS4, their controllers are really close to one another. And when the Nintendo comes out and is like, oh yeah, that controller scheme that's been working for like everybody for like well over a decade now, we're not going to use that. We're going to use something that's completely different. It might work out, and hopefully it works out, but it also might not. You know, it might be super uncomfortable. And from what I've heard already with some of the early ones that have gone out, because I'm actually recording this the day before it launches, there may be some early adopter problems. Now, they might be able to fix that stuff with patches and whatever, but again, if you're buying one of those things, I hope it works out for you. Okay, so I kind of want to get over this floor already because I have the Curse of the Unknown, so I don't know my own health. I hate, that's the one curse that I hate probably the most, is not knowing how much health I have. Because in most games, it's really important to know how much health you have. You know, like, it's something that, I don't know about you, but I like knowing, oh, what? You spawned another boss? Are you kidding me? Oh, this is totally gonna kill me. Oh, this is totally gonna kill me. Fuck. Alright, well, that's the Binding of Isaac run number 4, guys. Like I said before, some of these runs, if I do really well and get a lot of good items, it's going to be a super long video. Other times, maybe not so much. But I did talk about the Nintendo Switch quite a bit. This game is coming out for the Nintendo Switch, so, again, I don't know if it's coming out on launch. Actually. Okay, so I did a little research for you guys. It used to be a launch title. Looks like it was delayed. I don't know if it has a release date yet. I can't seem to find one. But whenever this game does emerge on the Nintendo Switch, and if you are planning on buying one, or you are the proud owner of one already, I suggest buying this game. At the very least, it'll be a nice time killer where you can go in and have a different experience every time, and it's definitely got a lot of replay value. So thanks so much for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up as always, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a nice day.